Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to check a new product from Furious FPV, the DOCK-KING ground station. In this video I'm going to go through its features and show you how to set it up. I'm also going to show you how to simply add an external DVR unit, and finally I'm going to head outdoors, dock a TrueD 3.7 receiver inside the docking, and compare the video that is going to be recorded on the external DVR with the video that is going to be recorded on my Fetcher goggles using the same module. Now I actually got the docking about 5 days ago, but I'm really glad that I'm only reviewing it today because 2 days after I got the docking, Furious FPV released an update that enables it to be used with any Fetcher receiving module. Before that you could only use it with a TrueD 3.7D receiver, which removed some of the features of the 3.7 version. So in this video I'm also going to show you how to update it. It's pretty easy, and also in the last few days Furious FPV released the Android version, which is great. Before that it was only available on iOS. So let's start by opening the box and see everything we're getting inside. First of all, inside the box we're getting this portable user manual. A full user manual can be found online, and I'm going to put a link to it in the description box down below. We're getting a Velcro strap, an XT60 female connector to a 2.1mm DC connector. This is the same connector of your Fetcher goggles. This TrueD cover, the DOCK-KING, and finally we are getting a very long AV cable. I think it's about 10 feet cable, and both sides have a 3.5mm video jack. On the front of the docking we can find the receiver module bay. On the right side the DC input. It uses batteries between 2 to 4S, 2 AV outs that use the standard 3.5mm video jack. On the back we can find 2 LED strips that indicate the RSSI of each antenna, a navigation button. On the right side we can find an on and off switch, an RJ45 connector which is not being used yet, and Furious FPV didn't release any data about it. On the top we can find interfaces for HDMI and DVR units. Again, these units are not available yet and they are also being sold separately. You'll be able to dock them to these 2 connectors. And finally on the bottom we can find a mount for a tripod, and this side is also magnetic, so that's pretty neat because you will be able to attach it to any metal surface. The first thing that we're going to do is to update the firmware of the docking. It is done over Bluetooth using the TrueD Configurator app. By the way, I can show that before the upgrade using the 3.7 version, you can see that this red LED indicator is on, which indicates that the wrong firmware of the TrueD receiver is being used. And when using the 3.7D version, you can see that now it's working fine. We have this green LED indicator and also this LED indicators for the RSSI of each antenna. In order to update the docking, you will need to download the TrueD Configurator app either from the App Store or Google Play. Then make sure that Bluetooth is enabled and that you are also connected to the internet. Open the app, turn on the docking, press per device, then select docking from the list. It's going to prompt you for a password. The default password is 6 times 0. Hit connect. And now you can see that we've got a warning that a new firmware is available. So let's update the device. So first it's going to download the update and then it's going to upload it to the DOCK-KING. So now after the upgrade was successful, let's see what the app allows us to do. So we can see we have over here saved channels. We can access all the channels. You can enter race mode. You can change the settings of the DOCK-KING. You can set your profile, and you can also change your boot logo, so you can upload a picture and then it's going to be shown on the startup. In order to go back, you can just swipe the screen to the right. So let's start with the saved channels. You can select up to 8 channels that are going to be saved, and then you can use the navigation button of the docking in order to switch between them. You can see that when I press the button, it also toggles between all the saved channels. If you want to remove a saved channel, you need to long press it. It's going to prompt you if you want to delete the channel. Press OK, and then it's going to be deleted. You can access all the channels by hitting the All Channels button, obviously, and then you can change the channels that are going to be shown by swiping the screen. So you can start with A1, it goes up to L. So in total you have 48 channels. If you want to save a channel, you need to long press it. It's going to prompt you if you want to save and active the channel, and you can see after pressing OK, now it was changed on the module to L3. You have the race mode, so you can change between different profiles for racing. I'm not going to go over all the settings inside the settings menu, so just refer to the user manual, and it's pretty simple and self-explanatory. You can also turn over here the DVR module. This is used only if you're using the external DVR module, not the one that I'm going to show you in a moment. And besides setting the boot logo, you can also set your profile, so you can set your call sign, the name of the device, and you can also change the default Bluetooth password. So now I switch to the 3.7 version module, and I can show that the save channel feature and also all the other settings are not working when using this module, and also the RSSI indication is not working. What started to work is just this button over here, so you can see that it changes the channels. It didn't work for me before, and I can confirm that the AV out is working also with other modules such as the RX5808 module from RelayCC. It was also working before the upgrade, so I'm not really sure what they changed, but anyway, you will be able to use the docking with other devices. But if you want to use the app in order to configure docking, and you want all the settings to be applied on the module, you will need to use the 3.7D version. In order to record the video of the docking, I'm going to use the Ishin EV100 DVR. I think this is probably the simplest and also cheapest solution to record the DVR, until we're going to have more information about the DVR unit from FuriousFPV. In order to use the EV100 DVR, all you have to do is use the included cable. So just connect the 3.5mm jack to the docking, the 2.5mm end to the Ishin EV100 DVR. Make sure that the switch is on input. Place a micro SD card inside and power it either using a balanced connector of a 2S battery or with the micro USB port. And I'm going to put a link to my review of the EV100 DVR over here if you want to check it out. The next thing I'm going to do is to head outdoors and compare both 3D models with the docking and also on my Fetcher goggles. I'm going to place the models next to each other, and I'm also going to fly my quadcopter using my Fetcher goggles to see the difference that it makes. The antennas that I'm going to use on my test are the RelayCC triple feed patch antennas and these cloverleaf antennas from Fetcher. I did make sure that the antennas are similarly tuned using my new SWR meter from RLC in order to make this test valid. And even though this tool is not 100% accurate, it's still better than nothing. So I hope you will enjoy the rest of this video, and I'll see you in the end of it in order to give you my conclusion. So overall, I think that in terms of performance, the modules performed quite similarly, especially when the modules were placed next to each other. There was a difference when I was using the goggles and the docking was on a tripod. It's not surprising because when using your goggles, you are moving your head around and it affects the signal, whereas the docking is secured on the tripod and it doesn't move. Unfortunately, the flying part when I was using the goggles was pretty short because I lost my FPV signal and I made a mistake. I tried to head back without FPV, which caused me to look for my quadcopter for 2 hours. Luckily, I found my oblivion eventually, but my advice, if you use FPV, just crash. Don't try to head back because the quadcopter is not going to be where you expect it to be. And this is one of the most important reasons for recording DVR, because it's going to help you to recover your quadcopter in case of a crash. Besides that, I think that the docking offers a pretty compact ground station solution. I like the fact that it has Bluetooth and you will be able to control it through the dedicated app. It's going to be especially useful if you're going to place it on a tall tripod and then you can just configure it wirelessly. The only downside, I think that it's a little bit expensive. $88 is not cheap, but again, it's a premium product. So if you're into racing or into long range flying, you might find it handy. And if you're just an average user that flies at 200-300 meters range and you don't race, probably you're going to skip that one, but I'm going to recommend the TrueD module anyway. In my experience so far, it's one of the best receivers out there and you should definitely check it out. I'm going to receive my rapid fire in the next few days, so I'm going to release also a side-by-side comparison with the rapid fire, so stay tuned because it's going to be released in the next few days. Finally, I would like to thank FuriousFPV for sending me the docking for review and also my friend Adam for allowing me to record his flight footage. As always, I thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and you find it useful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask it in the comments section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell if you're not already subscribed. See you in my next videos and goodbye.